Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video, let's do the full review of this Poco X3 Pro. And I'll divide the review between pros and cons. And guys, if you want to know more about the physical overview or other aspects of the smartphone, watch the unboxing video where I've covered all those aspects. So we'll quickly jump between the pros and cons. And what did I feel about this device after using it for a while? And guys, I used this with both my Airtel as well as Jio SIMs. So whenever I'm showing the battery stats, it was with that dual SIM usage. So let's get on with the pros first, then we'll go over the cons. And the first thing about this smartphone is it comes with this new processor, that is the Snapdragon 860. You could say this is just a Snapdragon 855 plus. There are some additions, I would say, but I was a little bit skeptical about this processor initially, but I have to say after using this smartphone, the performance is really good. I was worried that it'll have some excessive heating, but in normal day-to-day usage, it was fine and did not have any excessive heating or anything like that on this smartphone. Now to judge its performance, I also installed Antutu on this one, and I have actually run Antutu on this. So let's look at the scores, and I have to say for a Snapdragon 860, that is 855 plus you could say, as you can see the scores are incredible on this smartphone. 5,67,000 that we are getting. So this is extremely very powerful smartphone, and as of now in India under 20,000 you simply cannot get any smartphone with this kind of raw performance. And that's the summary of this smartphone, I would say. If you are a person who always wanted a fast smartphone and didn't have that high budget, yes, you can get higher spec smartphone for a lot higher. This falls into that. So excellent processor performance, and even the battery life was surprisingly good. I'll show you the battery starts in the later part of the video. So excellent processor, handles everything, and it's a blazingly fast one. No issues running anything on this smartphone. Next thing is small thing I like it. This does not have an AMOLED display, so no always on and stuff like that, but it does have a small physical LED notification light at the top. It's a small white color one that they have included, and I appreciate that. The next thing is regarding the screen. As we are talking again, guys, if you look at it, it's not an AMOLED screen. I think so they didn't put an AMOLED screen because it would have increased the cost and would have gone easily over the 20,000 rupees psychological barrier, and that's why they went for the IPS LCD screen. And the good thing is that it's a 120 hertz screen that they are having, and I've kept it on 120 hertz as you can see, and it works very well. So it's not an AMOLED screen, guys, but it's a good quality IPS LCD screen that we are getting, so no issues with that. And also regarding the screen, some of you have asked me, I saved that it does have wide one L1 support. For example, I saved that screenshot somewhere. Yes, I did. And this is from the Netflix playback, and as you can see, you have that wide one L1 support, but sadly no HDR capabilities with the same. The next thing is regarding the reception. As I've told you, I used it both with Airtel as well as Jio SIM here in Hyderabad, and I have to say in terms of cellular network connectivity, I did not have any issues. Carrier aggregation was good. Even speeds that I was getting on mobile data were very good. Of course, Wi-Fi performance was also very good on this smartphone. For example, if we could just go, it's connected to my Wi-Fi router right now, and it's a Jio fiber connection that we have. And if you look at it, as you can see, very good speeds that we are getting. The router is not in the same room, guys, it's in other room. If it's in the same room, I'm doing the speed test, I get 280. That's the max that I get on my Jio fiber. So as you can see, very good network reception and all those things. I did not have a issue with this smartphone. The next thing is, this is surprising actually. This one has a 5610 milliamp hour battery, and I thought with this new Snapdragon 860 SoC, the battery life would be average, but I was surprised with the battery life on this one. In fact, it blew my mind. It felt like this smartphone had a battery life of about 6,500 to 7,000 milliamp hour. Let me again actually show you with screenshots that I have stored for the same. Battery stats, if you look at this one, this is important. It was let me lower the brightness a little bit so that you see it better. Yeah, as you can see, it was 61 hours off the charger. That means more than 2.5 days, guys. In normal what do you say smartphones, we look at a battery life standby of what, 15 to 18 hours. This is 61 hours, and I was using with 2 SIMs. And then also, if you look at the screen on time, I got a screen on time of what, 5 hours to 2 minutes. So the battery drain is very, very low on this smartphone. They have optimized it like crazy. And this is not just once I got it. This one I did was mostly on mobile data, and here also we got a standard time of about 64 hours. So that way I would say the battery life is excellent on this smartphone. This is not with heavy gaming. Even if you do heavy gaming, I would say 1.5 days you can easily get with this one. So in terms of battery life optimization, what Poco has done an incredible job. I would say it blew my mind away in terms of the optimizations that they have done in battery life. It never felt like it had a 5500 milliamp hour battery. It felt like always it is having closer to that about 6500 or 7000 milliamp hour battery. So battery life was a big pleasant surprise to me, and I did multiple tests, as you can see, for several days, and I got the same results. So battery life is good, very good on this smartphone. Next thing is regarding the general usage and stuff. As I've told you, the general usage was fine. This is running over MIUI, a Poco launcher, and no lags or anything that I noticed. And even with regular usage, not with heavy gaming, but regular everyday day-to-day usage, social media and everything, the handset never felt very hot or something like that. So that is actually a very good thing, because these days many of the smartphones with those powerful processors are exhibiting that heating issues. Even the new Snapdragon latest 888 and even the 870. So that way I like it, no major heating. I also did a little bit of gaming with Call of Duty, and I could play it even at the max graphics settings. I played it at high graphics settings, and again I did not have any issue. The gaming experience is very good on the smartphone. Yes, with extended gaming it gets slightly warm at the back, but I won't say that is overheating or anything. If people are complaining about that's called overheating, you haven't used a smartphone that heats up with gaming. So that way I would say the optimization has been done well, and even gaming, it could run most of the games that I threw on it at the highest graphic settings without any issues. So that way it's actually good. With gaming, I would say if you do a lot of gaming, then you should expect a battery life of about one full day of usage. The next thing is regarding ads, because it's using that MIUI. And I did get some unnecessary notifications here, guys, and that was mostly due to this Gets app. This is something that every MIUI device has it, but you can actually disable it, and I had disabled it, and then I stopped getting those unnecessary. Just tap on this, go to app info, and here by default the notifications will be enabled, in fact a lot of them. So just disable it, then you will not get it. Apart from that, when I disabled that, and the theme also was sending some notification, then these stupid notifications actually stopped. So that way you can control it. And apart from that, I did not see any full page ads or anything on this one. This runs over MIUI 12, guys, but it's a Poco clean interface that they have put. So again, but you have to disable that Gets app, as I have told you. That way, after that, it was fine. Also, coming to the fingerprint scanner, it's the side mounted fingerprint scanner, and I love it. It's very practical, as you can see. You just tap and it works. 100% reliability in terms of fingerprint scan. Now, if we come to the camera on this one, the main camera is a 48 megapixel, and here are some of the camera samples that I have taken with this one. And I would say the camera performance is okay, but guys, let's get it right. This is not a camera-centric smartphone first. If you are looking for a camera-centric smartphone first, then maybe you should look at the Redmi Note 10 Pro, etc. But the samples that I got with this one are decent, okay, workable. But again, if camera is your highest priority, then this is not the smartphone for you. But nevertheless, I would say the camera performance was okay. So these were some of the good things that I liked about this device. Now let's move to, what do you say, the cons that I had with this one, and some very peculiar cons. And guys, the first con that I have, and this is specific to my model, guys, and guys know this is a review unit, this is not the retail unit. And here the earpiece, the cell reception, as I've told you, no issues, that was fine, but the earpiece volume I felt was a little bit low. I feel it should have been about 20-25% more at even the maximum setting. But I checked with Chetan Bhavani, who runs Gizmo, Times YouTube channel, and he purchased the retail unit of this Poco X3, and he told me on his unit he did not have any issues with the earpiece. So maybe it's just me and my unit. Guys, remember, these are review units, so these are sent very early, probably the first batch of smartphones. So maybe it's the issue that I'm having on my unit. According to Chetan Bhavani, the retail unit that he had, he said on his one the earpiece was perfectly fine. So again, check with other reviewers if that have the issue, but I felt the earpiece volume level should have been about 20% higher, at least on the unit that I want to be very frank and clear about that. Next thing is the back cover. This is actually, guys, it's not glass like the earlier Poco devices. This is actually plastic. It's okay, but if you tap on it, it feels a little bit hollow, and due to that, the good thing is that this smartphone has stereo speakers. Let me actually show you copyright free music if we play. The stereo speakers are loud, not a problem. I'm going to slowly increase the volume now. As you can see, it's good. I'm going to block this, and the volume is coming from here, and mostly balanced also. But the thing is that if you keep it on max volume, this back actually vibrates a little bit at max volume. So that can be a little bit annoying, that I have noticed with this smartphone. Next thing is regarding the memory management, guys. Again, this is typical MIUI. MIUI is always very aggressive in memory management. That's the same case with this one. It's not that bad, I would say, compared to some of the Redmi phones that I've seen. But again, still, I would say the memory management is slightly on the aggressive side on this smartphone. The next thing is this is a small thing. As I've told you, in general UI, I did not face any lag whatsoever. At 120 Hz, it works very well. But if you go to the left pane like this, you have this. Sometimes I notice some stutters here, and I wish they just replace this with the Google Now pane like they are doing on the new Redmi smartphone. So this is something I noticed, and sometimes when I go here, it's not happening right now, but sometimes if I go over here, I see that UI lag. But apart from that, no issues. And I think so if you go to the left, they should just put the default Google Now pane on this smartphone. Small things, and I think so they can tweak it with the next software update. I hope they do that. So overall, to sum it up, I would say it's a very good Android smartphone, particularly for people who are on a tight budget, but they want extreme performance, the highest performance processor that you can get for the price, and gamers. And if you're that kind of a person, then definitely you like it. And as of now, still, I would say in India, under 20,000, if you want to buy a smartphone, this has to be the most powerful Android smartphone that you're getting. Yes, the camera is average. It's not bad, but average. But overall, if you're that kind of a user who values performance the highest, then you can certainly have a look at this one. Anyways, guys, that's it for now for this review. Again, stay tuned to my channel. Other reviews are also coming. For example, I'm going to review the S20 FE 5G variant very soon, and some other smartphones. So again, stay tuned for that. Anyways, guys, if you are still not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And guys, take care. Catch you later.